Lotus pose. It is an iconic yoga posture. For some of us, this comes super easily. For some of us, the pose seems much less accessible. Before we move into today's practice, I want to share that how easily lotus pose comes to us largely depends on our individual innate anatomy. So it has to do with our external rotation and flexion of our hips. So some of us have an easier time with external rotation and flexion. We're naturally more flexible in the hips, and some of us less so. For some of us, lotus pose might not be possible in this lifetime, and that's okay. I don't want you to get discouraged. You don't have to sit in lotus pose to be a great yogi. I haven't even attempted lotus pose in probably a year. So today we're going to practice the flexion and external rotation of our hips to try and see if we can get ourselves closer towards this iconic posture, the lotus Padmasana. So wherever you are, please find a comfortable seat. You don't have to sit in lotus, you don't have to sit cross-legged, just make sure that your sitting bones are grounded. Extend your spine, sit up tall. Bring the hands to the heart in Anjali Mudra, or Namaste hands, or prayer position. And then keep the thumb and pinky fingers touching and spread open the rest of the fingers. This is the Lotus Mudra. Mudra is a hand position. When we practice lotus pose, we're reminded of our journey. The lotus is an absolutely beautiful flower. It blossoms at the surface with glory, grace, delicacy, beauty. But we mustn't ever forget that the journey the lotus takes is one where it fights through darkness, mud, muck, and grime to finally glow and bloom into this glorious flower. This is the kind of energy that we'd like to bring to our own practice. That it doesn't matter where we start. It doesn't matter if we feel caked in mud. It doesn't matter if we feel like we have to climb through infinite darkness. With patience and perseverance, we can all blossom in light, just like a lotus flower. So let's set the intention today to be patient in our practice, to persevere through darkness, to blossom. Take a big breath in. If your legs are not crossed, please cross them now. Doesn't matter which way. Reach your arms up, stretch up tall. And then as you exhale, lean forward, keep your chest open. You can open your eyes now and start to just gently walk your hands forward. Let the head be an extension of a long neck, so rather than look forward or down, I'm looking just in front of my fingertips. I'm already starting to feel a stretch in the back of my hip. Now, for those of you who are more flexible, you might be all the way down. For those of you who are less open in the hips, you might be on tented fingertips. Wherever you are, just be here and just breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Allowing yourself to open and blossom. Breathing through any discomfort. Slowly walk the hands up. Take a big breath in, reach them up. And as you exhale, drop your left hand down and stretch over to your right. Try to keep 2 sitting bones on the ground. Let the shoulders relax down the back. Start to turn your head open. Breathe in, rise. Exhale, twist towards your right, bringing left hand to right leg, right hand behind you, wherever it wants to go. Try to look over your shoulder. Now take a big breath in, grow tall. And as you exhale, scoop in the belly, twist a little more, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come around. Let's switch the cross of our legs. I like to lean back. Oop, hope I don't fall in the lake. And switch. Inhale, reach your arms up. Long spine as you exhale, grow tall, lean forward, plant your hands wherever they want to go, wherever you feel a stretch in the back of your hip. Let your crown of head reach forward and up. Close your eyes, just take a few breaths, getting ready for our practice. Getting ready to move with breath, finding presence, being willing to move through darkness and discomfort. Walk the hands forward a little more. Inhale, chest grows. Scoop in the belly, exhale, shoulders relaxed. Come a little further forward if you can. Slowly walk the hands back up. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And as you exhale, hinge over to your right side now, scoop in your belly. 2 sitting bones on the ground, so my seat is firmly rooted, just like the roots of our lotus flower in our pond. Inhale, you can start to gently turn your heart open. If you have more flexibility here, you're welcome to bring the hand further out. You can even come to your elbow, whatever feels good. Inhale, slowly rise. And as you exhale now, come to all fours, coming over the knees if you can. If not, just doesn't matter. Make your way out to all fours, however you can. With the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips, inhale, arch your back, lift your heart, look up. Exhale, round, push into the ground, roll your shoulders away from each other, scoop in your belly. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale, arch. Exhale, neutral spine. Walk your hands away from the body. Tuck your toes under and find downward facing dog. You're welcome to keep your knees bent if this is your first downward dog of the day. You can even pedal out your feet. Just start to feel that sense of rooting. Remember, we have to start somewhere, and from our root system, we can grow. I'm not sure if the lotus flower likes that its root is in mud and muck and grime, but that is where it gets to grow from. So root yourself into the earth, and wherever your root system is, just remember that's where you came from, not necessarily where you're going. But allow yourself to jump off that point and build a solid, stable foundation. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. As you exhale, tiptoe the feet to the hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Bend your knees as you exhale and fold. Roll the body up one vertebra at a time as an inhale. Exhale, stand tall, grounded, rooted. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank, however you want to get there, and Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Root into the earth. Inhale, rise towards your light. Exhale, hands to heart. You can make a lotus mudra if you want to. Inhale, arms reach up and look up. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or float your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Scoop in your belly, press into the earth. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Root into your foundation. Inhale, rise towards your glory. Exhale, Lotus Mudra. Surya Namaskar B now. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, spin the left heel flat. Try to square your hips as you inhale, scoop in the belly, rise to warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right foot flat. Inhale, warrior one pose. Exhale, hands down, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Find your root system. Notice your strength. We're beginning to rise, to move, to stir. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sit low. Inhale, chair. Exhale, Tadasana. Again, inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left foot flat, hips square, front knee bent. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right foot flat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step it back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, 5 big breaths. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or float your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sit low, scoop in the belly. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. One more time. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank and Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step it back. Lower slowly. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands down, step it back. Lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sit low. Inhale to chair. Exhale, stand tall. Take a moment. Root into the earth. and start to grow tall from your spine, pulling everything through center like the stem of a flower. Feeling that central energetic channel that comes from the root system and moves through the entire center of your being. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, bend your knee, open face the hip. Now if you want to, you can make big hip circles with the knee bent. Straighten that leg back up as you inhale. And now as you exhale, plant the foot to the outside of the right hand. If your hips are tighter, you can turn your foot 45 degrees. If it doesn't feel super tight, keep your foot facing forward. And if you want to, you can come to your elbows if you have that mobility. Lizard pose. Really helps to open up our hip, getting us prepared to see if we could eventually blossom into our lotus pose. Sink a little lower if you can. Keep that back leg strong. Scoop in the belly. Big breath in. And now on your exhale, walk your hands diagonally off the mat. Pivot your back foot and sink even lower. Try to keep your weight evenly distributed between 2 feet and right into the center of your mat so we're not leaning back. On your next exhale, walk your hands back. Heel toe your foot back to the center of your mat. Now pivot your back foot 90 degrees so we have heel to arch alignment. Scoop in your belly, keep your legs strong. Inhale, make your way into warrior two pose. Strong and present. Inhale, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, sass the back hip up. Reach, reach, reach forward. Tilt your shoulders, look up, Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Legs are strong. Keep pulling in through that center. It's like the stem of your flower. The life support. The energetic channel. Inhale, slowly come back up. Straighten both legs, turn the toes in. Bring the hands to the hips. Roll your shoulders back, scoop in your belly as you inhale. As you exhale, fold forward, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, scoop in the belly, slowly rise up. And now as you exhale, turn the heels in, sit in goddess squat. Bring the hands to the heart, and then bloom them open like a lotus flower. Let your chest open, lift your chin slightly. Rotate the thighs back. Remember this journey, we're rising towards our light. Inhale, straighten the legs, turn forwards. Hands to the hips. You can come onto alternate train tracks if that's better for you, or heel to heel alignment. For Parsvottanasana, take a big breath in, scoop in the belly, long spine. Exhale, lean forward over the front leg. Try to keep the hips square so our hips are facing down. Legs are strong. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend to the front knee. Plant the hands down. Step back to plank. You might have to extend the back leg more. And lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up and bend the knee, open, face the hip. Try to keep the hips square, the shoulders square with the mat. And then start to rotate, if it feels good, circling that hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly step the foot to the outside of the left hand. Lengthen your back for lizard pose. If it feels good for you, you can come down onto your elbows. If you want more, you can also turn. If you're trying to get deeper into the hip, turn your front foot 45 degrees. That might even allow you to get lower. Keep breathing. Breathe through the sensation. Breathe through this journey. Slowly walk the hands up. Pivot the back foot down to the mat, extending out through the knife edge of our back foot, and then walk your hands diagonally away from you. Try not to lean back too much into the butt. We want to center our weight and sink into the hips, but keep the legs strong. Thighs engaged, especially that back thigh. Slowly extend the back. Bring the front foot to the center of the mat. You can frame that foot with your hands. We have heel to arch alignment now. Scoop in your belly. Keep the legs strong. Inhale, warrior two. Shoulders relaxed. Straighten the front leg. Sass the back hip up. Reach, reach, reach forward. Tilt your shoulders, look up. Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Toes in, heels out. This time, interlace your fingers behind you, roll your shoulders back, turn your thumbs down, lift your heart up, and exhale, fold forward, lifting your hands, your arms off your back. Close your eyes, take a few breaths. What a beautiful journey we are on, rising towards our light. Inhale, slowly come up. As you exhale, turn your heels in, toes out. Squat down. Outwardly rotate the thighs. Make Lotus Mudra. This time you can bring it above your head if that feels good. Inhale, rise up. As you exhale, turn forward, frame your front foot with your hands. Step back into plank. Lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or float your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise up tall. Exhale, Padma Mudra, Lotus Mudra. Let's move into tree pose now. Bring your weight into your right leg. Lift the left leg up. Hands can come to heart, or up above your head, or open, whatever feels good. Keep that standing leg strong, pulling in through the center energetic channel, the Sushumna Nadi. From here, bend the standing leg and cross your ankle over your thigh. Sit lower. Lean back with your bum and stretch your chest forward as if you're trying to pour over your front shin. Take it as low as you can. Maybe you'll eventually go into toe stand on the tippy toes. Gently release. Let's switch. Weight into the left leg now. Scoop in your belly. Stand tall. Tree pose. 2 strong legs opening up that right hip. Finding a drishti or a balance point. Bend the standing leg. Cross your ankle over your thigh, flexing the foot of the lifted leg. And then lean your hips back, stretch your back, stretch your chest forward. Balance, stability, flexibility. Grace like a lotus flower. Slowly lift up. Open your legs now. And make your way into a squat malasana. Again, really mimicking those movements that the hips are going to take when we attempt our padmasana, our lotus pose. Slowly sit down. Soles the feet together, knees open. Now, if you're very flexible here, you're welcome to put your hands to the insides of your feet. Less so, you can put your hands on your ankles like me. And then inhale, stretch up tall. As you exhale, lean the chest towards the toes. And then use your elbows to help open up the hips more. The back is super long here. Slowly come up. Let's extend the left leg forward, keep the right leg in. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, stretch forward. You can have your hands alongside your foot. You can hold the shin maybe. You can grab for the ground and pull yourself forward. Or if it's really accessible, you can reach for your toes or your heel. This is really not about touching your foot. It's more about stretching out through the back of the hip. So remember, wherever you are, it's perfect. You're on your journey. The lotus takes an incredibly difficult and dark journey to get to its light, to get to its blossom, to get to its grace. So however uncomfortable or ungraceful or clumsy you feel here, it doesn't matter. You're on your journey. Inhale, slowly walk your hands up. Exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take a gentle twist towards the right. Left hand to right thigh, right hand behind you. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come around. Hug your knee in now. Inhale, lift the left arm up. As you exhale, hug around and twist. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, come around. Let's switch legs now. Left leg comes in, right leg out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, stretch forward. You can claw the ground and pull if you want to. Slowly walk the hands up. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist. Use your hand to gently open the hip even more. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to come around. Hug the leg in now. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, twist. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to come around. Janu Shirshasana B. So take your foot, if it's accessible for you, and put it on top of your thigh. We ideally want to get the knee to touch the ground. If you're very flexible, it might go in the thigh crease or in the hip crease. Stretch up tall here. If this doesn't work for you, just do the regular forward bend again. And start to stretch forward. Another alternative to this is to walk your hands back and bend your knee. If that's too much, just take your foot on top of the shin of the thigh and stretch here. You can even gently rock the leg. So just go wherever you're comfortable with. Remember, this is your individual personal journey. Slowly let it go. And switch sides. So we can take the foot on top of the thigh and lean forward. If that doesn't feel good for you, hands back. Bend the knee. If that still doesn't feel good, flex the top foot and move it upwards so we're making a figure four with the legs. Lengthen your back, roll your shoulders back if you're sitting up. Lengthen your neck if you're leaning forward. Just do what feels good here. Slowly release the leg. And now we've reached that moment where we can see how much we've blossomed into our lotus. So sit up nice and tall. Maybe we'll take one more forward bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, fold forward. Just getting as much hip flexion as we possibly can. And then inhale, slowly roll up. And we'll give it a go, starting with the right leg. Bend the knee. Open up the hip. And gently place your foot on top of your thigh wherever it wants to go. And then bend your left. Now you can even be here in a half lotus, or if you want to try for the full lotus, let the right knee come to the ground and see if you can bring your left foot over. We never ever want to crank the foot or force it because that can really hurt our knees. So just very gently bring it in. If it wants to go, it will go. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Today my Lotus is not a very bound one, not a very tight one, but that's okay. That's where I am today on my journey. Maybe today I'm just going to go into a half Lotus because that feels better for me. Or maybe you're just going to sit cross-legged. Whatever works. Find a seat. Notice where you are on your journey. Know that you've blossomed in this practice. Blossom towards more stillness, towards more consciousness of your breath, towards finding that central energetic channel in your body. Bring your palms together. Open the fingertips into our Lotus Mudra. Swami Satchidananda says, "The lotus blooms from the mud. So too must we live in this world." When you're ready, gently release the legs. Lay on your back. And take Shavasana. A well-deserved rest. Envision yourself as this beautiful glowing blossom. Graceful, ethereal, stunning, just floating at the surface of a pond. Sometimes when we're basking in our final results, we absolutely forget the journey, the effort, the mud, the muck and grime, and the darkness that we went through to get to this place. So as you lay here in full bloom, take a moment to honor the darkness too. Honor the journey, the lessons, the hardships, because they've made us stronger and smarter, wiser, and more capable. Remember, when it's time for you to get up, do so slowly, softly, with kindness towards yourself and joy. You are the lotus. You are this beautiful, sentient flower, blossoming, blooming, growing. Thank yourself for your practice. Thank yourself for this journey. Honor yourself. Thank you for joining me on this mat today. Namaste.